All right, Nathan, well, that doesn't look like something we normally work on. What are we doing today?
This is something we've never ever worked on. Been a dream to kind of work on one of these because they are gorgeous cars, very expensive cars.
Very expensive cars.
But awesome cars. So this is an RX3. It's got a Bridgeported Rotary in it, carby, and our friend Mitch has given us the delightful pleasure of working on it.
Yes.
So what we're doing is something very simple job. This is an RX7 turbo box. That has just an RX7 box in it. We're swapping this out. Synchros are gone in that. I'm shifting, banging gears at 10,000 RPM. It's struggling a little bit. So we've got another box here. A few little things we've got to do. We've got to swap the extension housing off because that one's modified to come up through the shifter. But it's a very simple, just bolt in, bolt out.
That's what we say right now.
That's what we're saying right now, but I reckon it is. The Japanese did it right, mate.
They did. Looks pretty cool.
We're not doing massive modifications on a very expensive car, and I think it's going to be nice to just get our hands on a Dorito for once.
Yes, let's be honest. It was basically, this job is an excuse to get a Dorito on the channel.
Yes.
Because so many people for so long have said, do a rotary. Here's your rotary. It's as close as we're ever going to get. And this is as much as the owner will allow us to do because he loves this thing.
Yeah.
It is his pride and joy. He's messaged me all day saying, are you guys nervous? Because I'm nervous.
I'm not nervous, but we do need to treat this car as if it was a client's car.
Yes.
That is how we need to treat it.
So,
It's not one of our cars.
the guard covers will be used.
Blankets. Let's pop the bonnet, have a look.
Yes, have a look. Alright, so as they said, this car, it is a genuine RX3, but it does have an engine out of an RX4, I'm told, I think it is. So it's a 13B, it has been Bridgeported, it was built by a bloke by the name of Jed Simmons. I think he's pretty well known in the rotary community. Rotaries are a completely different breed of animal for us. We know little to nothing about them. But the thing I do know about it has been Bridgeport, as I said, it has been fairly well worked. It makes a healthy 223 horsepower at the rear wheels, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to remember this car only weighs probably what, just over 1,000 kilos, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing in it. I feel
And
like
we'll probably rev to 8,500 with
even more,
no problems.
Yeah, I think on the dash it goes to 9,000 RPM, and I've seen Mitch drive it and take it to 9,000 or whatever is RPM without even trying. So this is a very quick car. I have been in it. It does go really well. He does want to race it, and that is one of the reasons why we are upgrading the box, because the box that's in it at the moment is an RX-7 from like a 1980s version RX-7, whatever it is. But it's a standard internals from what I'm told. The box that he's upgrading to has turbo internals, so a little bit stronger and should hold up to a bit more abuse, which, you know, if he wants to race it, then this should be better suited for that. So yeah, I guess now what we're going to do is we are going to preempt the fact that when we take this out, the shifter is going to get in the way of the console, so we're going to take the console out first before we move it over to there, and then drop the gearbox out.
That's it.
We know nothing about this conversion. Our mate Mitch has basically handed to us and says, yeah, everything bolts in. We all know how well things bolt in the car world, so this could be a typical Hackshop day where we start with a perfectly good $100,000 vehicle and end up with a car that doesn't run anymore. So stay tuned. We all know which way this could go and which way is probably more likely. So Mitch has gone to a great deal of effort when he bought this car. He bought this car pretty much already built, but he's gone to a great deal of effort to replace and like sort of restore a lot of the dash and interior. Seats look incredible in this thing. I love the color of it. But he's gone and put all this together. It looks way better than what it was when he first bought it. He put all the original gauges and stuff in it, and it's looking grouse. So we're just nervous about pulling it apart now that we don't break no clips. Or forget any bolts, you know, those extra bolts that you always forget about, and you go, oh well, we don't need to worry about that going back in.
Wonder if the wheel is cheesy.
Nah, not cheesy. No cheesy wheel.
People will probably look at us like, what the hell?
If anyone wants the GT, they'll know what we're
They'll
talking
know
about.
what we're talking about.
Well, that came off easy.
Cool. Just hope the rest does.
Yeah. What we want to do is basically we want to make access to this so that we can see what's under here, because we pretty much are sure that when we try and drop this gearbox, it's not going to get low enough to get this out the hole. And we figured let's think ahead, use our noodles, and try and get this out now so we don't break anything.
Yeah. So we can pretty much just pull the box straight out. Don't have to worry about the shifter flopping around.
Exactly right, because like we said, this is all pretty rare and expensive stuff. This is kind of like the GTs and Mazdas, even though I know nothing about them, which I didn't know anything about the GT either, I suppose. So. I don't want to do it. Hang on. Oh, it's just like a radio cover. Well, that's one over the GT because that didn't snap. We found a sneaky 10mm bolt that's hiding behind this console here. I gotta say, this is the most care, Mitch, this is the most care I've ever taken on any car pulling apart, just because I know how pedantic you are. And also, this is the most expensive car we've ever worked on, realistically.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, so that can... I feel like we should be wearing white gloves. That can come out and sit there. Now, with any luck... Oh, we nailed it.
Lovely.
How good is that? Alright, so by the looks of it, those 3 bolts on the top of the shifter that we were looking at are all here, so we could probably just undo this once we move the car over.
Yeah, pop the shifter out.
Pop the shifter out.
Alright.
So that saves a lot of hassle.
What do you want to show them?
I want to show them how good my HQ works now.
No one cares about it.
So, for those wondering about the HQ, by the way, it hasn't been washed since Drag Challenge. It's still wearing Drag Challenge livery. This is a dead cold start. How cold was it this morning?
Oh, it was 3 degrees this morning.
3 degrees. Watch, see what it does. Let's see if it will run by itself. If you don't touch the throttle, remember how I used to always touch the throttle? It will actually run an idle and do exactly what it's supposed to do. I started that without even being in the car now. It does what it's supposed to do.
So that means you can put your electric start.
Exactly. Remote start in the future of this thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Alright, now let's see how this thing does.
Even that's pretty good for a cold
It
start.
starts up really well. It sounds good. Have you seen the muffler on it?
Yeah.
Look at the size of the muffler.
Monstrous. The clutch looks very fuzzy.
The clutch is like as soon as you release it.
It looks like it.
Now let's kill it.
Did you ever think we'd be working on an RX3?
No.
No, I did not expect that.
How far we've come from working on Fairlane.
Especially Mitch's car.
I know, right? So hopefully that should just be like ball socket and pop straight up.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's like a little spring-loaded clip.
And it doesn't just like... Yep.
There it is. Alright, that's the shifter out. Alright, let's go up.
Let's go. That makes things a lot easier.
Hell yeah, that means we don't have to worry about anything in there.
We take that off.
Just slide it up there and go down.
Yeah.
Alright, we've had a good look. Pretty easy. Let's go back down and we'll just take the slave off.
Oh yeah, good
We'll
call.
just move the slave out the way, that way we don't have to do anything. And then we'll look at taking everything off under here and pop her off.
Yeah. We're gonna try and slide it past the exhaust because we don't really want to go touching that just because, you know, shortcuts.
You know, so let's try and shove the extension housing up into there and then try and bring it down. We can manhandle this trans.
Yeah,
This gearbox, sorry.
It's not that heavy, yeah.
So, very simple. So yeah, I think we'll just do what we need to do at the top, which is the slave. We might as well take the bolts off the bell housing at the top too.
Yeah, do that now. Yeah,
And
good
then
idea.
we'll get stuck into under here.
Yeah. That was easy. Just sit it on the engine, I guess.
Do that there. I'll put these back in here.
It's a big starter motor. It's almost as big as the engine itself. Oh wow.
Lovely.
Alright, so we decided we're going to drop the oil because we went to pull the speedo cable drive out and there's just oil pouring out everywhere, so it's just going to be a mess to work with. So now we're going to drop it into this. So we're going to do like Raiders of the Lost Ark here and pull that out at the same time as putting this in place. Just push it. There you go. We noticed before as well too, the oil looks kind of milky, a little bit frothy.
A bit metallic-y as well.
Yeah, which is probably...
It's just normal for a manual, isn't it?
Yeah, but like you said, like synchros are going this thing. We don't know how old this box is or what work it's done. So, in saying that, we don't know what the new box is like either. It's all just a...
Just a guessing game.
Yeah, change and pray. Alright. We think we're ready to go.
Yeah, we just got these two. I've cracked them. We're just going to undo them.
Do you want to take
It's
that
too
aim?
small.
Yeah.
This is too big for the gearbox.
So we manhandling it?
We might have to.
Why don't we put an exhaust stand under the back
I think
there?
we'll just use an exhaust stand.
Yeah, under the back there to hold it
Bring
up
it
while we
down.
take it out.
Yeah.
And then me and you can just sort of lift it out of place.
Yeah, I reckon that's what we do.
Can you say sketchy? That speedo drive looks like it's ready to like caress your cheek right now.
Hey there, buddy. Why don't you tell me what speed you're going? It's the plate. Alright. Let's go.
Well, the good thing is this is the old gearbox, so we drop this one.
Alright, ready?
Yep. Zero bolt.
Try again.
Yeah, it's a towel. It's coming apart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Side to side.
Yeah. There it is. We keep switching hand positions. Alright, ready?
Pick one. Oh no. Okay, come back. Oh no. Can we go back further with it?
Yeah.
Now
Are
we're
we
in
stuck on the
trouble.
exhaust?
See if we can go back.
There it is.
It's out.
All that space, it's pretty tight in there, isn't it? 6.
Well, this one. Okay, so where are we at? We have both gearboxes out now, old one, new one. The main thing that we need to do now, which is basically the biggest issue, and for anyone interested in putting like an RX7 gearbox into your RX3, because it's a pretty common conversion to do apparently, what really needs to change is, all it is this shifter location is way too far back on the RX7, so what they do, it's pretty like a hack type thing, but basically they just look like they take this, they cut it, bring it all forward, and that's pretty much it. So what that means for us is now we need to take this off and put it onto there. This is probably the scariest bit of the whole job because I'm really hoping that when we take this off, there's no loose shafts on this side. That's my biggest concern at the minute. So
Maybe we should do it standing up with the box up.
yeah, good idea, we could do that.
Alright, pop her off.
I think this needs to come out first, so we'll take that out. Dang.
Shifter.
Dang.
Shifter.
I don't want to use a shifter.
Shifter.
Where's the big socket guy?
I know where the shifter is. Oh, I was already looking. Oh, no, just kidding. I cracked it with the shifter.
Oh, did you?
No, I didn't.
So now,
Yep.
lift off.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Do it.
time like a present.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
Looks like it holds the whole thing together.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it?
Yep.
This could be where it all goes wrong. Now I'm scared.
That's why I said stand it, because the gears might just go tung tung tung, fall
Yeah.
out.
A dowel, you reckon?
Yeah.
Is there like a...
Do you want to drop it down, maybe?
I'm gonna lay it down now
Yeah.
and see if I can like put some pressure on it to crack it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it cracked. No, it split.
It did?
Yep. Pull it out. Oh, easy.
Maybe now we'll set it back up. Must have been that expert tapping.
Yeah, it was.
The right resonance.
Almost like a. It's almost like a locksmith, like when you're trying to.
All
Yeah,
I'm
but-
envisioning right now,
Oil everywhere, gears just going
yeah,
everywhere.
is if we lift this off and it's just gonna go.
It's like a clock. It's like when you pull a clock apart and all the springs just fly everywhere.
Yeah, ready?
Yep.
Well, the good news is it looks like everything is contained in the housing.
Yep.
Bad news is something's stopping it from coming up.
Bolt. Bolt. Nice. That means the shaft will just slide out.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay, so what just happened then? Because it all just came out. We didn't. Looks like we didn't have to undo the top.
I think this was just stuck. This lever. See?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was just like wedged in there.
All right. Well,
That's all right. There's nothing.
nothing missing.
Nothing important like that could possibly go wrong with that one.
One thing we just checked now is I just put this against here to make an imprint of the gears. They don't line up, so that means that our ratio is different, so we've got to change them out. So Nate's going to swap that over now. Hopefully it swaps over no issue. And then we basically swap the extension housings over. Okay. Well, that bit was easy to swap over.
Oh, there we go. That's it. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. You're down on the dowels.
Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, let's do that one now.
But we're committed now. So, let's see what happens. Oh, we've got the fingy action going.
Oh, mate, you can't go wrong. This is going to be satisfying.
Alright, if you could just make it look as easy as you did the last time, that would be great. Go that way with it? Other way? No, with the shifter that you... Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Good.
Ready?
Yeah, that works.
I feel like it's on the... Beautiful. Lovely. That's it.
Alright, last piece of the puzzle. Nate's got the throw-up bearing and fork in, so that's all ready to go. We're just going to put in the reverse switch. And now, our new mystery box should be good to go.
That's it.
Oh, you know it's getting serious when the hammer-proof gloves come out. He's just showing off now.
Come on. It's so light.
Alright, so if you could just lift that up and put it in there, then we're gone.
Just lift it up. There it is.
There we go.
Push.
Oh, that worked alright. Not bad. Start him ready to go back in. I'm just trying to get something done.
There's a little bit of oil. I'll have to hold it, won't I?
that. Wow. Hey, perfect.
Okay. Sit this back in.
Alright, go for it. Spin the wheel. Yeah.
Alright, so the gearbox sounds quiet. I mean, we only just spun it as much as I was willing to do, but everything shifted in. Now we're going to dump the oil. We just got it warmed up a little bit and we'll dump the oil, do an oil change.
Roll it out, put the console back in, and that's it, done.
Go for a spin.
This car's done.
Oh, the bolt's nice and warm.
She's due for a service.
Black.
Black as.
Yeah, she's black. I don't know what rotaries are supposed to look like, whether that's the norm, but... Well, it's been a fun one.
Huh?
It's been alright this
It's been a good one.
It's been a good job.
Yeah. Nice, quick, simple.
If it works. We don't know. Now, is this gonna pour oil everywhere?
Oof, nice work.
So, why did we film this episode today? Why do we have a random RX3 when we were starting the Cortina and everything else? Because we needed a filler. Because the Cortina's getting a lot more work done to it than was initially planned at the minute, elsewhere. And we had no cars left. That'll do.
All flare. Liquid gold.
Alright, while we're waiting for the oil to drain through and figure out what level we're at, that sounded snappy. We're just putting the interior back together, very, very delicately.
Oh, perfect.
Like it never happened. Sounds wicked, eh?
Yeah. So we've gone over everything, we've nut bolt checked everything, we've checked the oil, oil's all good, so we're ready to go for a test drive. Hopefully it's not whiny, and hopefully it shifts alright. We'll see how it goes. It's so little, this thing.
I want a rotary in my life. The good news is there's no gearbox wide.
No.
So we have succeeded. Well done.
Done.
Mitch, you bought a good gearbox. It shifts pretty good. Nah, it's wicked. It's a wicked little car.
This is cool. This is cool.
Mitch, this is a cool car, mate. You've got a cool car here. I just want to downshift all the time. I just love the one. And that. Tunnel run.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
wow.
When it gets up in the RPM,
It picked up then.
it feels like boost.
Yeah, that was way snappier in second. She goes alright. Test driving. We got to hand it over as a solid product, you know?
On the invoice, test drive,
Yeah.
yes.
Test drive, yes. Yeah, it's fine. Is it in miles? It is in miles.
Oh, it is.
Keep that in mind. That went a lot quicker than I thought it was going. Nah, this is a wicked little car. Look, for us to finally break our Dorito experience
Yeah.
and knock one off because I've never played with one before. And I know it was just a gearbox change, but it was still fun.
Nah, it was awesome.
We learned a little bit.
Yeah, it's
all
good
went
to
really
learn.
well. This is a great little car. The hope is now that it's got a good, decent gearbox in it that he'll come and race with us one day
Yeah.
and see how it goes. But yeah, anyway, if you've liked this episode, and I hope you have, consider liking and subscribing. It goes a really long way to helping the channel. Make sure you head on over to the website too. We can buy a bunch of merch like t-shirts, stickers, fender covers like we used today. We finally used our own fender covers. And what are the days? Doritos.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
Comment Doritos below. We'll pick 2 people random, send out a Hackshop sticker pack as always. And until then, we'll see you in the next episode.
we get sick of this. Maybe we should put one of these in the Gemini. One day build.
One day build with Adam Savage.
One day build Adam Savage. So, there's nothing in them.
Oh my god, you just picked that up like it was nothing.
I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty strong.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, so...
I'm a big boy. Ooh, those Webers.
Master, idiota.
I went Mexican. I went like half Japanese, and then
I know, that went really...
I slipped into Mexican. The thinking couch is back.
I know, the thinking couch is back. We haven't seen it in so long. Look at our bench, people. This is what happens when someone forgets to charge the batteries in the camera.
He's pointing the camera at me like I forgot.
It was me. It was me.
We're in good stead. We're in good stead. Who I always forget is it Stead or Steed? I never remember.
It's Stead, I think.
It was Stead, wasn't it?
Yeah, someone corrected us on Stead.
Yeah, because we're not a noble steed.
The real reason why we have this car here is Mitch doesn't know this yet, but we're actually using this engine and we're putting it into the Gemini. This is the Gemini donor car.
Ah, it's fine. I'll hold it. Possibly get blown up in the face. He puts his safety glasses on. Yeah.
Yep. Hold on to that.
Good with a turbo on it.
Wouldn't it?
Maybe that could be our thumbnail, hold a turbo in front of it.